Life's a game, the world's a stage, and we are merely role-players, where theatrical people play role-playing games. I'm Matt Boothman, and I'm your compere for this main house production. Here on Merely Role-Players, we improvise stories to entertain you, and of course to entertain ourselves. And we use role-playing games to keep those stories going places even we can't see coming. Because as theatrical people, we're all about maximising the drama. This episode is part of our current main house production, Vigil, Chief Exec. To tell this story, we're playing Monster of the Week, a role-playing game by Michael Sands, published by Evil Hat. So, please take your seats in the main house. Tonight's production is about to begin. Vigil, a Merely Role-Players main house production. Chief Exec,
Act 2 of 5.
I'm Vicky, and I play Renko the Flake. Renko is a Doom agent on furlough who was assigned to Sherrydown and is now convinced something significant is happening in town.
Hi, I'm Marta, and I play Harper, the Searcher. Harper came to England from the United States to escape the shadow world that keeps trying to pull her in. But in spite of her best efforts, weird things just won't leave her alone here either.
I'm Josh, and I play Jinny Greenteeth, the spell slinger. In the Dark Ages, soothsayer Jinny was chased from her village under suspicion of witchcraft. Now, many centuries later, she is the proud owner of a local tourist attraction and gift shop in Sherrydown.
I'm Nat, and I play Gwynned, the Divine. Gwyn was once a shieldmaiden of the triple goddess, the Morrigan. After interfering with one of her schemes by rescuing a mortal man, the Morrigan banished Gwyn to live life as a duck in what became Sherrydown's duck pond. Now released from her curse thousands of years later, Gwyn is trying to forge a new life as part of the local National Trust team, but is finding it difficult to stay under the radar.
The bastards are trying to intimidate me. What we need to do is take the battle to Max Dashwood.
But we shouldn't talk about that here. The mayor is a member of the English Sorcery Guild.
The mayoral election's coming up. There's this wildcard candidate suddenly, and I'm thinking I might actually vote for her.
A second sun blooms in the sky.
Better the devil you know.
What can I do for you, my queen?
The mortal wizard, Jackie Dambrook, died this week at your hand.
This week, it's been a while since I've done the whole killing mortals, smiting thing. Are you sure that you can't just talk to her?
It is clear to me, Gwynned, after much time back in this mortal world, since your return and the new ideas you have begun to attempt to introduce to this sisterhood, that those new ideas do not fit this world. And I believe it is time that you let them go and embrace once more the path of submitting to your mistress's will.
Fascism. Sorry, I'm just going to awkwardly sip some tea. I'm so sorry. Ignore her, she has a cold.
You see things, child, in a black and white way, it seems to me. Is this not true? Answer the Morrigan.
Sure.
Good. The world I'm trying to create will have places for people like you.
Good to know.
Do you have questions, Gwyneth?
I mean, have you tried talking to this woman?
The strictures and systems of leadership in this world require that I do nothing but talk, Gwynned. I will be facing the woman at a podium in front of the clan in a few days' time. There will be a supposed exchange of ideas. It would please me greatly if she died before then.
With all due respect, mistress, I have full faith in your abilities to sway a crowd without resorting to petty backstabbing.
Flattery is for my sisters, Gwynedd. I am a woman of action. I understand actions, not words.
That is true that you are.
Oh, yeah, there's 3 of you. Usually, right? Yes. Where are the other 2?
Yes, I have.
Did you action them as well? I'm sorry, I'm just, this whole, you run things weird here. I'm sorry.
Perhaps when you are fully inducted into the mysteries of Morrigan, when this clan is mine, you may have access to information such as this.
Sounds
For now,
bad. Not interested, but thank you.
She will consider it in due time. Gwyn is doing everything she can to sort of shut up, Harper.
Not get me murdered. Harper has no self.
You will be flayed alive on the spot if you do not shut up.
you may make use of your sister Branwen's services if you require.
It is good to see you again.
She is deferring to her mistress in this moment and doesn't respond in conversation, but she meets your eyes and gives you a sisterly, respectful nod, like one warrior to another.
Mm-hmm.
Harper's eyes are like, you're in a cult. You know you're in a cult, right? This is a cult.
Not a good relationship.
She's just holding her cold, shitty tea.
Yeah, I'm excited for Harper, Renko, and Jinny to stage an intervention.
Seriously, this is a toxic relationship.
Literally, I don't give a shit. But
you get
this
wings.
Is so problematic.
It's so problematic.
Normally, she's much more balanced than this.
Yeah.
But Nat can only roll 1s when she's dealing with that.
And Gwyneth, do this your way if you must, but know this. If you fail me, if I have to take this act myself, and I will if you fail or defy me, then when I kill the witch Jackie Danbrook, I will kill you along with her. There is no room in this clan for disloyalty. Do you understand?
I understand, my queen.
If there is nothing further...
Put your hand down, put your hand down.
There was a massive eye thing happening in the sky a day ago. Are we not going to talk about that? Okay, whatever.
That is a very good point. Do you know anything about this eye?
Just saying. It's fine, whatever. I don't care.
No. Sorry,
yes.
Harper raised a very good point.
The tools of my enemy.
Ah.
Attempting to sway the populace in favour of my enemy, certainly. Another thing you may have to contend with.
But rude of her to use the terminology devil. She should know. She would know how we feel about that.
I do not feel that respect for her opponent is part of her campaign strategy. But neither is it mine. The apparition, the false deity that appeared, should pose no threat to a true servant of Morrigan. Consider this another test.
Noted.
If you want to get more information about it from her, you can roll Investigate Mystery, by all means.
Sure. No, the white one's betrayed me.
Get rid of those.
Use the red ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to use these two.
I will allow either Gwyn or Harper to roll in this moment.
Maybe Harper should do it.
Oh no, Harper's just going to shut up.
I really feel like Harper's the one that's doing all the good talking in this scenario.
Oh gosh. Yeah, and I'm... Harper's... Why? Magic and politicians.
Yeah, the worst possible combo.
Kill me now.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm just going to fuck off to the Shadow Realm. I don't care.
Plus sharp.
Plus sharp, yeah. Oh gosh. So that's a 6 plus 3 is a 9.
Okay.
Great. Okay, you get one question from the Investigator Mystery list.
What will be effective next?
Mm-hmm.
So just so we know what we have to, we know what you have to do.
Yeah.
Right? So let's just I want to know, so what's their next, what do you know what's going to be their next move, or you want us to kill them? Great. Can we have some more information as how we're going to do that exactly? And then we'll figure it out.
The enemy's false eidolon is unstable. You saw, I'm sure, that it only manifested for but a few seconds. They do not have the power to maintain it longer, but they would like it, and they are working to get it. If you should fail, and the wizard Dambrook should gain the seat of power in this clan once again, that will give them power. And there are machinations behind the scenes to gain other sources of power.
Yes.
That may lend you avenues of action.
I think we need to speak to Jinny.
Yeah, sure.
Because of the situation with Jinny's shop, right? You know about all that?
Nope.
I'll tell you about it later. Okay.
Cool.
Will you require Branwen's services now?
No. Harper is shaking her head violently.
Yes, she is. I forget we're an audio medium.
Very well.
I will.
You remember how to call your sisters. If you call, she will answer. Until then,
Gwyn will bow.
the Morrigan does not bow back.
Of course.
Branwen does a little, inclines her head, and the two of them transform back into the Morrigan into a raven, Branwen into a crow, and they fly back out of the window of the tower.
See, I told you if I made the space, they would come.
It's all up to you now, players. What would you like the next scene of this mystery to be?
Let's all meet up.
We're going to come find you.
Yeah.
Have you moved out of your the?
She's moping in the woods.
I think Cameron's got he's got like a caravan or like a trailer or something. Yeah. I think he's gone off hunting and dealing with all of his demons or ghouls or whatever it is. So I think that I've moved in there. Messed the place up a lot. No, he's got no idea. Absolutely no idea. And sort of taken the trailer away into the middle of the glade somewhere. So there's just this lovely, what used to be a lovely pristine caravan that Cameron was very, very sort of proud of and made very, very clean. It's now covered in ivy and moss and it's really, Ginny's really untidy. There's spilt ointments and unguents and potions and stuff everywhere. And it smells of incense and loads of crystals.
Sage
hippie
stuff.
shit.
Yeah. Sagey
Totally
nonsense.
legal.
Yeah. And for the time being, Jinny and Renko have gone together, and Ginny's gone and collected some hallucinogenic mushrooms from the grove, and she's preparing it. And she says, "Are you sure, my darling, that you're not interested in at least a little bump?"
No, I'm good, thank you.
No, really opens your mind, really focuses you.
Sure, my mind is actually plenty open enough. I'm sure you'll be surprised to learn.
Okay, well, we'll wait for whoever else is on this adventure to come and join us. I imagine there'll only be 2 other people. We could use everybody, but for some reason we only get 4 every time. And I would like to use my fortunes ability, please.
Excellent. It is always important to have a sober friend with you when you trip.
Exactly, and I am here to be that sober friend.
Thank you so much.
Roll that move then, Josh.
Okay.
As Jinny takes her hallucinogens and has some sort of vision that can guide her in the future.
Her eyes go wide, crash zoom shot into her eye, final destination star. What's she seeing on the other side? +3. Oh, that is 10.
Is that our first full success of the day?
It is indeed.
What do you get on a 10, Josh?
Hold 3. And I can spend these tokens to either have a useful object ready, be somewhere you are needed just in time, take +1 forward or give a +1 forward to another hunter, or my favourite one, retroactively warn somebody about an attack so that it doesn't happen.
So Jinny sees some of the upcoming events of this adventure, but none of us see them right now.
Oh, that's bad or good. Non-specific.
Or maybe in the middle.
I think I'm going to be very angry at Gwyn. And I snap out of it sometime later.
I'm going to make... Do you want to be teleported, or do you want to make your own way to...
Sure, I'll come with you. Sure, let's fuck it.
Let's try.
Oh.
Okay, come on. Oh my god.
You got all the worst.
That one is cocked, so I feel like you could make an argument.
I don't think it's going to make much of a
re-rolling.
difference. No.
It's still cocked.
No.
What do we got?
It's a 4.
After that conversation, before Harper has the chance to say anything and do any moralising, Gwyn's been like, I think we ought to go speak to Jinny, has grabbed your hand, angel wings have spread out.
Gwyneth picks up Harper, enfolds the two of them. The wings give a great flap and a beat, and Gwyneth takes off like a missile, heading in the direction of her friend Jinny. And is brought up short and caught in a tracery of silver threads. As you're brought up short, you come out of this kind of missile movement and fall to the ground, the two of you. You're in an office.
Oh no. Jinny?
There are some people around in cubicles on laptops looking like they're doing something like coding or spreadsheets, maybe.
Is this Graham's office? I've been here before.
It isn't. No, you don't.
Okay.
It is reminiscent of that for Gwyn. So that's Gwyn's touch point for what does an office look like.
Graham?
It's kind of like that, but a bit like newer, a bit fresher, a bit better appointed. The people there are smarter. The layout is a bit more spacious and wider. The lighting is brighter. And weirdly, not a lot of the people at the desks seem all that kind of interested in the fact that the two of you have just manifested in a spray of black feathers in the middle of their floor. A lot of them sort of look over to you. One of them sort of takes a headphone off. They're in the middle of a video conference and then puts it back on, and you hear them say, "Yeah, no, just somebody making trouble in the middle of the."
I think we took a wrong turn in Albuquerque.
Where's that? Is that another stop on the train?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll work on it.
Sorry, didn't mean to. Where's the door? Find the door.
Do these people seem magically inclined by any chance, Matt?
Not noticeably.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think for Harper, she's like, okay, no one's freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Also, she has this thing where people will... We're in a hurry, aren't we? Okay, she's just going to walk to...
There's like a breakout area with a water cooler and a little kitchen.
I know, but we don't have time for this, and I also don't want to put myself through that right now. She's just going to find the nearest kind of not super busy looking person and go like, hi, sorry, new transfer from the States. Hi, hello.
Hi.
Got lost. Where's the exit? I'm just, this building.
Actually, if you're just transferred from the States, there's something I need help with that I can just put you on right now.
Oh, I'm literally in the middle of something, but I'll come back to you.
Oh, are you, you seemed like a junior. Are you higher up than that?
I am, I look younger than I am. Thank you. That's very nice. No, sorry. The really like high ups just got me on something that I can't talk about, but.
Oh. This person is a man in a suit. There's not too much distinctive about him. He's got sort of salt and pepper hair, and he's talking like he's relatively senior in this place.
And I look like I look, but I'm like, it's just.
Oh, and he has, and you notice that everybody has a ID tag on their lapel. So it's got his photo, and it says Nicholson Pryor Campaign Management. As you look at him, you see over his shoulder big kind of 3D sign on the wall of the office that says Nicholson Pryor Campaign Management, a subsidiary of Lundor Group.
Christ alive.
I don't know what that means. Like, how Harper has no idea what that means.
We don't like these people.
No.
And he says, oh, so you're here to see Mr. Dashwood?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we...
Kill him!
We sure are. I mean, me and my assistant sure are. Yes.
Yes.
Well, you'd better sort out your. Let me bring you to reception and sort out your.
There was an issue.
Have you put your ID tags?
I sent my photograph, and there was an issue. The file was corrupted, so I need to. They're working on it.
And they let you
get it by the end of day.
You came in the other way. Yes, I see.
Yes.
All right. Well then. All right. I'm going to ask for a manipulate roll here, because various people in this office did see you just sort of appear in this place, and so then trying to say...
sorcery.
Wizard HQ.
You're styling it out really nicely.
You're doing really well.
A legitimate tactic to try and style it out, because this, there seems to be some sort of magical thing going on here, but...
Okay. Yeah, sure. Good lord, please.
Oh, it's bad.
That's a 5.
Now, Harper doesn't know that she's rolled a fail here.
Nope.
Yeah.
Martha knows, but Harper doesn't know. And so, to your eye, this person's demeanour does not change. He's like, yes, okay, let me get you sorted. I'm sure they'll have your photo, and we'll if nothing else, we'll sort you out a temporary pass. And he leads the two of you out of this office space and into a lobby with a reception.
I'm debating on whether I try to magically, telepathically communicate with Jinny. My roll's been going so bad today. I don't know if it's worth even trying.
No, it is, because it's got to get better at some point.
Statistically, it has to get better.
I think while Harper is chatting with this person, Gwyn is going to just try and be as obscure as possible in this beige office in all of her dark outfit, and just sort of at the wall, yes, assistant Jinny. I'm going to try and use magic.
You have a phone. You could pretend to phone speak.
I have a phone. I have Leslie's phone.
I'm just saying, you have a phone. Just in case.
Does she need to roll to use it, though? That's the big question.
I'm going to use the phone to try and get hold of Jinny. But I think it's obviously trying to do it stealthy, so cannot be talking out loud. So I'm going to try to do that the text message, because that is a silent way of communicating, but has somehow mixed the settings up. I blame Percy, so it's like...
Oh, you got the key clicker.
Oh, Lord.
Such an old lady.
So we'll have sent Jinny a message being like, tried to travel to you, ended up in Max Dashwood's office. Spelt wrong. Because, again, historically, Gwyn is not great at modern language, but I think Jinny has communicated with her enough to get what she's on about.
Sure, yeah.
You get the gist of it.
Yeah, she has to hold it really far away from her like that. She's got one of those flip covers like everybody's mother's got.
Oh, God, just let me.
Yeah, hand it over to Renko.
Yeah.
So Gwyn is sending this text while they're fitting Harper with a name tag.
Yeah.
Which they actually use a little kind of device to kind of punch it through part of your outfit. So it's...
Oh, wow. Okay. That's one of a kind.
Just a security thing, Turns with the same device to do the same to Gwyn and goes, is that device registered on the network?
Yes.
I didn't think we were using that model. It looks very old.
Well, that's the point. Gotta stay out of the system sometimes for...
It's free of all the problematic apps, so they're testing them out to see if they're worth using. The Chinese can't get into these.
It's a feature phone. I see. Well, that's fine then. And they give Gwyn a name tag as well. Or not a name tag, you both have like visitors. Passes.
Okay.
So the visitor passes say, visitor escort required, Nicholson Pryor campaign management, a subsidiary of Lundor Group.
Uh-huh.
It has the little Lundor Group logo on it.
Have they tried to clip it to her clothes?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting, because how actually material are Gwyn's clothes?
I don't know. It's sort of all a bit of a glamour, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I guess the question would be whether this person trying to do the clipping is magically inclined to the extent that they would see beyond the reaches of
the glamour
material stuff.
They do not seem to be seeing anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. Oh, may I? This is very old. Don't worry. I'll position it. But we'll try to not let them clip it through.
All right. But keep it on. All right. You can't be seen without one of those in this building.
At all times.
We operate a challenge policy. All members of staff may challenge anybody not wearing their ID.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Well, now that's out of the way. I'll take you up. And actually, yes, I'm just hearing that he's waiting for you. So let's go up.
Jinny, he's waiting for us.
Somebody, if you're around, for the love of God, please show up.
Out of the corner of your eye, slightly obscured in the shadow cast by a pot plant, or like probably a plastic pot plant, if we're being honest, you see the humanoid shadow figure on the wall of Sombra, giving you a little nod, like, I'm watching, I'm with you.
Cool.
Staying in the shadows for the moment. Jinny and Renko. Jinny's come out of her trip and you've received some urgent text messages.
What have they got into?
Yeah.
I thought we were dealing with an eye in the sky.
Or maybe they're one and the same thing.
Could be related.
Gwyn, Harper, you are ushered into a lift, and it's the sort that there are no buttons inside. There's just a touch screen, and it's like pre-programmed, so it's going to take you to whatever floor this guy's told it to take you to. He doesn't get in with you. He just puts you in the lift and says, "Enjoy your meeting."
Harper, we're in a box. We're stuck in a box.
Are there any... I mean, it's pointless. We're doing this, but just for shits and giggles. Are there any, like, security latch situation things, up top? Or...
It's a lift. Yeah, they have to have emergency escape type things.
Okay.
Oh, I will reach up and because I can. Well, can I?
Yes.
Use my wings in
You
here.
certainly
Okay.
can.
It's tight,
It's quite
sorry.
cramped.
Yeah. Harper's probably got some feathers to the face. Yeah. We'll sort of reach up and push the grill, and I want to see at least if we're going up or down.
You're going up.
Okay.
And so you poke your head out up over the top of the lift, and you're looking immediately at like alarmingly close grinding gears of. Well, not grinding, it's a sort of newish mechanism, but like the gears and the cable and everything. But yeah, you are moving up. And it looks like you were already quite high. There's not far to go before the very top, and it looks like you're headed to the very top.
It's going all the way to the top.
All the way.
Always does.
That's on me. I did specifically mention the higher ups all the way up. So that's probably on me. This is when I'm regretting my life choices. Again, it's like a daily thing.
And yet you keep making them.
Shocking, isn't it? What if I go in alone and you stay out here and figure out?
Well, he's a very dangerous person.
Yeah, I know. It's but I have my ways and you have things to do.
I know you're very capable, Harper, but I don't know.
You could stay around just make a plan to get us out of this without being in the room, is what I mean. If you're keen.
You want me to, make a plan?
Yeah,
you want me to plan
Jinny
and
coming?
stay stealthy?
The lift is slowing
Fair
as
point,
you approach
fair
the top floor.
We could do the other way around. Do you want to go in on your own?
No.
I mean, I would be up for that. Okay. I guess we're doing this then.
I am your assistant. I'm used to doing that for Briar. No, this is fine. I would much rather be in the room with you.
Sure.
Just as the lift is about to reach the top floor and the doors are about to open, through the crack in between the doors, Sombra slips in and attaches as Harper's shadow.
Yeah. Good thinking. Thanks.
Looks like you just got us in a real pickle again this time, boss.
You must be over the moon about it.
Am I not always telling you these things go all the way to the top?
Yes, yeah. We'll have a debrief later, don't you worry. It's fine.
Here when you need me, boss.
Mm-hmm.
The doors open. Straight onto a kind of penthouse office. So fully open plan, the entire top floor of this building. And you can see out through the windows of this floor out over Sherrydown. So you kind of get your bearings at this point and realise you are in the Duke Square, which is the kind of mixed-use office and residential development put together in Sherrydown by Lundor Group around the same time as it was sort of revamping the high street and all that kind of stuff, where P&Q Security and Voop Regeneration both have offices here, and it seems like these top two floors are now this Nicholson Pryor campaign management, which none of you have heard of before today.
What story are we? One of this, like how high up are we?
Around the 12th, about 12 stories. So like high for Sherrydown.
But not for like for me. Yeah.
You've all seen this building from the outside. It is like the facade is done to be kind of in keeping with the town as much as possible, but it is noticeably taller than most other buildings in town.
Right.
It's an open plan office with a lot of kind of plinths with what look like art objects or perhaps magical arcana sitting atop them. There is noticeably no desk. It's all like pacing space.
Oh yeah, classic villain move.
Fitted to the ceiling are a number of large flat LCD screens displaying stock prices and news tickers and all sorts of things. And with his back to you, with his hands behind his back, standing just in the middle of this penthouse, surrounded by these screens, keeping an eye on everything, is Max Dashwood, the CEO of Lundor Group, wearing a dove grey three-piece suit, looking that sort of I'm so rich I don't need to flaunt it sort of rich.
I have an important question, Matt.
I do too.
Okay, are there any plants in this room? Tall
Everything
plants?
dies.
Yeah, why not? Well, what are you thinking?
Some kind of like tree in a pot.
Yes, there's at least one plant on one of the plinths for display, and then somewhere else just for the feng shui.
So real plants.
They're
not plastic.
actual real non-plastic plants.
Impressive.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is good. This is reassuring.
Yeah, Martha, you had a question?
Is Max hot?
Very important question.
I really need to know. In like an evil bastard kind of way, but you know.
So, Josh, you sort of had
Do I think he's hot?
Well, you had a big hand in this character. How old are you imagining him?
Ooh, Silver Fox,
Yeah.
Okay.
early 50s. Unbearably smug.
Yes.
The sort of like, maybe if you like bastards.
He would be hot. He would be like Clooney hot if he didn't like love himself so much.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
If he,
the guy.
if he wasn't always like, you are in my power, like that kind of smug look on his
Yeah,
face.
too smarmy.
You can see him drinking on Friday evenings in the city.
And without turning to look at either of you, he says, honestly, I thought the forces of the Morrigan would interfere much earlier than this. I've been waiting since she announced her candidacy for someone to trip my wards. I think she's off her game in her old age. What do you think?
I love what you've done with the place. Very sort of nouveau rich bastard. Looks good.
You assume that we've not been biding our time on purpose?
I assume nothing, but I keep an eye out on the evidence, and he turns to face you both and sort of gestures at all of his screens, like, look at all of this information I have in my empire, kind of thing.
Harper yawns. Sorry. Late night. Take it away.
No, you're the boss here. Remember that was the situation. Is you were the one that was going into.
I think we can dispense with all of that. Well, since you are here, I do have some room in the schedule, as it turns out. So I think you're going to be telling me all about the Morrigan's plans and how we can best outmaneuver. He takes out a PDA, like a little touchscreen, not exactly a phone, like a touchscreen personal organizer with a little stylus. And he taps a couple of things, and something moves on one of the big screens. A row on a spreadsheet is highlighted. And Gwyn, you cannot move.
Oh, just physically, or can I talk?
You are frozen to the spot. You can still talk.
Well, this is how? What is that? You assume that she's actually shared much of her plans with me. I'll be honest. If you know me well enough, and her well enough that you know who I am, you know that I've actually been living in the forest for quite some time. Only really been integrating with society recently. I'm not really the political campaigny type.
Oh, and I don't suppose you could be turned to work against her by any chance, if that's the case?
Why?
Well, I would rather like my candidate to win this election.
Why?
I'm asking the questions here. That is not for you to know. Why am I...
Sorry, I thought it was a conversation that a bit of back and forth. I didn't appreciate that you got to ask all of them. That seems very unfair.
Well, no, as you may have noticed, all you are now is an asset of mine. And you can see sort of Harper's a bit more sort of au fait with the modern world. You can see the spreadsheet that's on the screen is like a balance sheet. And the row he's highlighted, the row he's frozen, is a row for an asset in his inventory, which he seems to consider Gwynned to be. You see, Harper, there is a row for you as well.
Yeah.
That is not yet activated. No, I have conversations with my employees. I value them very, very highly. I do not have conversations with my assets. I extract their value. Do you have value to offer me?
What if I don't? What is your plan then?
When an asset has no value, I dispose of it. Is that the case?
This feels like a just-in-time moment. Oh, Mr. Dashwood! And there's a high-backed leather wingtip chair currently facing away from you guys. And it swivels round, and Jinny is sitting there, Dr. Evil style, and she says, "You never returned my call, Tyler."
He is actually genuinely taken aback. Like, he's been seeming very in control up to this point. He takes his eyes off Harper and Gwyn, turns, gives Jinny his full attention. How did you get in here?
Oh, magic, my darling. Have you not heard of it before? We were supposed to have a little conversation. Leave these two. Stop this paralysis that you put on them. Let's talk. Face to face. Leave them out of it.
Hey, Granny.
Oh, nice to see you, Harper. Have you done something with your hair?
No.
No, you should do. It looks horrible. I have a question. A useful object. Would you consider a vessel that currently holds the bar guest in it a useful object?
I think I would consider that a useful object. It's certainly
like
an object.
I would say, I would love the bar guest up in the mix here.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, you can't have the bar guest here, but you can have something that would draw it.
Okay, some sort of, like a scent or a lure or something.
Something along those lines, yeah. Or like, when you have like a magical being roaming the woods, in order to bring it somewhere, you make an offering of some description. So you could have something that would act as like an offering to the bar guest that would invite it into this space.
What does it want?
It wants to protect common ground.
Maybe you just need some earth then.
Could be. It could be something from your grove, because protecting your grove from a company trying to buy it off you
does sound like it's in its remit.
Is very much within its remit.
And it was formerly under the sort of duress and control of Voop and Lundor and P&Q.
Not exactly. They summoned it by accident.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
And then decided, actually, this is good for us, so we won't do anything about it.
Okay. So let me have that in my hand then. So a reminder of what it is. I think it'd be better if it was something liquidy, or at least mud, so that I can just fling it at him, so it sort of covers him.
Yeah, nice.
Do you know what
Amazing.
I mean?
Yeah.
Leave them out of it, as I reach to my component pouch.
That doesn't work for me, I'm afraid, Jinny. We do certainly need to talk, although the procedure is running itself largely at this point, but I suppose I owe you some sort of Q&A. These, however, no, I'm not willing to let go. Let's all have a talk together since we're here. My schedule is open for the next 10.
And let's talk with them not under duress. Release her, and we will talk. And if you're lucky, you might get out of this with your life still intact.
I don't respond well to threats, Jinny.
I don't care how you respond.
I don't particularly want to talk to you, and I don't want to release her. So, in fact, I think rather what I'll do is... And he raises the stylus for his PDA, and from all of the kind of electronic equipment in the room, the LCD screens, from some of the artifacts on the plinths, small sparks of electricity crack up to the stylus in his hand, and he casts them forward in a lance of lightning straight at you.
At me. Wind wall, force wall.
Roll.
Okay,
this
let's do this.
This is a kick some ass, I believe.
Yeah.
But rolling plus
But
weird.
with weird. So +3 to this.
Oh my god,
Harper.
Let's spend a luck and turn that into a 12.
Yeah.
Come on. All that's going to happen is they're going to get more pissed off, which I think they're going to be anyway. So, mark a point of luck.
Maybe
Let's
we can
turn
make their
that
head
into a
explode
12.
from the pissed offness.
So, he is casting this bolt of lightning at you. You throw up this wind wall, like throwing components out of your apron to summon this wall of wind. Are you just putting it around yourself?
Could it bisect... do I know what is holding Gwyn in place? So is it one of the screens, or is there like a device? Can I sense
You can see that it's him.
It's him.
He is casting a spell. Like the PDA and the spreadsheet are like outward manifestations, but it is magic that he's doing. That is holding Gwyn.
Fine. I want to try and put the wall up to defend me, but I also want it to target him to try and knock that bloody thing out of his hand.
Great.
And to knock the stylus out of his hand, preferably towards where Harper's standing.
I was going to say, if I'm seeing that you're doing that, one of the ideas I had, because if he's already doing all that magic, I don't really know how that works in this world. Marta doesn't know how it works in this world, but I'm assuming there's a limited amount of spells you can have going on at the same time. Probably.
Only one way to find out.
So I would use Sombra to sort of do the quick movement to Max's shadow, so behind him, and use my only skill, which is martial arts, to try and round kick the PDA and or the little pen off his hands.
So maybe my wind will just distract him enough.
No, we're doing like a frontal and backwards attack. We're going in both ways.
Nice. You don't mess with the Greenteeth family.
This is Yep.
All right. Okay. Several things happening at once. Jinny, your wind wall gives you how much armour?
2 armour.
The lightning bolt is scattered by the wind wall. The energy of the lightning bolt is bled out through the wind, and none of that reaches you. You buffet him backwards with the wind wall with that, what is now a 12 plus on that roll.
15 total.
He is buffeted backwards by the wind wall into Harper, who has emerged from his shadow via Sombra. Harper, do you want to roll kick some ass for us?
Absolutely. This is not my best thing to roll for, but okay.
Do it. I believe in you.
Yep,
do you want to roll some non-cursed dice? I've brought some different dice out.
Next time I'm bringing my own.
Yeah.
No, we're fine.
No, we're not. Did you? I offered you different dice.
That you did. This is tough, yeah?
Yep.
That's a -1 to that.
Oh my god.
So that's a 3.
You want to spend some luck?
I am going to, actually.
Wow.
It turns into a 12.
How much harm does your martial arts do?
1 harm, hand innocuous.
Amazing. Because you turned that into a 12 plus, you get extra options. You get 1 extra effect from that 10 plus list there.
We want the PDA, right?
We need that's where his power's coming from.
I'm just gonna grab the PDA.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna do a very cool move whereby you basically take your leg and you wrap it around somebody's neck and then you make them sort of tumble judo style.
Black Widow style, yeah?
Yeah, basically, whilst also sort of grabbing his arm, putting it behind his back so that his hand releases the PDA, and then I grab it with my other hand, and then I sort of jump back, thanks to Sombra primarily, to a bit away from him, and then just that's it.
The wind is still howling in this room. Gwyn, you are still rooted in place, frozen.
Branwen, if you're nearby or watching, now would be a really great time for you to come and help.
All right, lovies. It's me, Matt, your compere. I hope you all enjoyed Act 2 of Vigil, Chief Exec. There will now be an interval of 2 weeks, during which we'd love to invite you backstage to hear a few more of the letters that Percy Byron left her friends. Stay tuned for the credits and the epilogue, but just before that, a quick announcement. Huge thanks once again to everybody who voted for us in the first annual Crit Creator Recognition in TTRPG Awards. Every nomination that got us to the finals in 2 different categories, and every vote for us to win those categories, added a little bit of sparkle to our days. We didn't take either trophy home in the end, but I did get to watch friends of the show Tib Winterfield and Fiona Howard pick up awards. Tib individually for Best Spell, for one of the spells he shared on his Lore Masters newsletter, which I'll link in the programme notes here, and Fiona as one of the regular Game Masters on Girls Run These Worlds, who took home Best Upcoming Twitch Channel. So if you liked us enough to cast a vote for us, I highly recommend that you check out the award-winning Lore Masters newsletter and the award-winning Girls Run These Worlds Twitch channel. And I simply must introduce you to The Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast playing Dungeons & Dragons in a fantasy world on the cusp of a technological revolution, where each character's fate is tied to one of the 22 cards in the legendarily, infamously chaotic Dungeons & Dragons magical object, The Deck of Many Things. Here's a taster from the deck of many aces, followed by our credits and our epilogue.
Welcome, I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation. The project's official name is the Adventurers' Research of Abnormal Civilian Experiences, or Project Arrowace for short, to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently. I've hired you all for your indisputable military prowess.
I'm gonna be honest, I think we should run.
Your academic expertise.
I don't know, I'm not a wizard in real life.
And your hands-on experiences.
Tentacles belong in the ocean!
I also lost all my food, so Delphi, in a few hours you might start looking really delicious.
Okay. Can everyone please roll for initiative?
Oh, I nearly cussed so hard.
Deck of Many Aces is an actual play podcast made by an all-aromantic and asexual cast and crew. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever else you listen to podcasts, releasing every other Friday. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Deck of Many Aces.
This has been Vigil, a main house production from Merely Roleplayers. It stars Natalie Winter as Gwynned, Vicky as Renko, Marta da Silva as Harper, and Josh Yard as Jinny Greenteeth. I'm Matt Boothman and I play the supporting cast. Editing and sound design by me, and the theme music is by Alexander Pankhurst. We were playing Monster of the Week, a role-playing game by Michael Sands, published by Evil Hat Productions. You can find Monster of the Week at genericgames.co.nz. Merely Roleplayers is a Foggy Outline production in association with Blackshaw Theatre Company. Until next time, if drama be the food of life, play on.
Tickets, please. Any new passengers boarding at England?
Yes, sir. Welcome aboard. Where to is it? End of the line. All realm travel pass it is, then. How'd you like to pay? Secret. For an all realm pass, it'll have to be a big one. That alright with you? Yeah, I'm flush with 'em. Right you are, then. Let's see the colour of your money, so to speak. How about the true name of the conductor of the ghost train? Now, funnily enough, sir, I'm afraid that isn't a secret, seeing as how I know what it is, and I've actually met a few other passengers who knew what it is too. Is that so? You wouldn't want to tell me who any of those passengers were, would you? Well, no, sir, you're the one that's supposed to be telling me a secret. Alright, how about this then? How about this for a secret? How about the secret of what happens to sleeper agents who go off the rails and forget what they were put there for? 'Cause son, we put you in this job for a reason. And if you ain't gonna use it to help us, we can just as easily take you out of it.